welcome back to the channel. Been a long time. This here is a shoe I was waiting on coming out, and I'm a wee bit disappointed. I was also disappointed with the Trae Young 1, but the Trae Young 2, it's okay, but it's very similar to the 1, and we'll get into it. Box, plain standard. One thing I have noticed, it's got the Adidas logo embossed on the top, which is nice, but it's also got like a texture to it, nice little bit of quality. Got the gold Adidas logo and Trae embossed on there, and Trae's logo on the other side. And on the inside, probably one of the nicer touches, always remember when they doubted you, it's been put in the inside with a different colour, which is again a nice touch. But in regards to the shoe itself, it's got some things going for it, I suppose. I feel that we're kind of past this knit stage in the basketball shoe. I think there was a lot of shoes that came out in the past that didn't really offer a lot of lateral stability, and this is just, in my opinion, another one. We'll start off from the very bottom. Traction. It's got a nice kind of radial setup on the bottom half of the heel, and then on the front half another radial pattern on the forefoot, and then on either side you've got this kind of chevron pattern, and then another corner tile layout, I suppose, on the 3 stripes. Bite's okay. The bite was quite good on my laminate form downstairs. Yeah, so the cushion in the back, you've got the Boost heel cup, which works well. It's Boost, big fan of it, so I'm quite happy with that aspect. But this is where I feel that the Trae Young 1 as well as the 2 kind of falters. The light stripe cushion setup is nice, it's soft, but it's still very firm in terms of for any foot flexion. I believe they've tried to help that with the prime knit on top. But man, it's so clunky. You know, like it just feels like you're just, when you're walking in it, you know, it's not got a great feel. The potential's there. The prime knit upper, really nice to touch, soft and flexible. They've even added in these little panels for lateral containment and toe dragging. It feels like a really kind of cheap felt. The knit is nice. It's just meh. You know, like they've got this elasticated collar to help hug your foot down. The amount of padding that's in there around the ankle is quite substantial. But you know, that way, it's funny because Trae Young is a very relatively shifty point guard for his size, and it's just, to me, this shoe just does not mimic him. He is a very explosive guard. In my opinion, he would suit a shoe that's half the weight, you know, like a lot more streamlined. The knit, fair enough, I get that point, but I don't get how Trae Young, if he has any say, which I'm guessing he does, if he has any say whatsoever in this shoe, how he finds this comfortable, you know? Like, I know he mainly operates off of straight lines rather than doing a lot of like kind of sideways motions, I suppose, which may be the reason why, but I just can't help but feel that they've missed a... They could do better. That's what I'm trying to say for Trae Young, I suppose. Now, in regards to the prime knit, again, I'll go back to it. It's very nicely made. It's stretchy. There's bits on the side panels and the heel which feel a lot more hard wearing. The downside of this though is that once you eventually get your foot in, you've got this loop at the tongue, this loop at the back to get your foot in. Where these laces go in, they're reinforced by a fused panel, but when your foot's on there, the laces aren't really like protected in any way, I suppose. It's just right up against your foot. Now, I have a scar on my foot right where this sits, and it irritates the hell out of me. It's not a nice feeling, to be honest. So right away I was just put off, so I thought, do you know what, no. We've also got this little window into the knit, so I think it's just trying to emphasise that this knit is like wrapped all the way around the shoe, and then this is just glued on top or whatever. It's a nice touch, but I mean, Prime Knit does the job. But for basketball, it's not really functional in some ways. The one thing they have tried to do is raise the midsole up, so you're obviously sitting inside it, almost like a heel cup, or like a foot cup, or whatever you want to call it. But it's not. To me, it doesn't feel great. I don't feel that it would perform great. Maybe it does, but yeah, nah. I'm not really too impressed, to be honest. The positives of the shoe is fairly priced. I think this was £120 for the quality that you're getting, the boost, the light strike, the knit. Yeah, that's fair. I would agree with that. But in regards to how the shoe feels, I'm not a fan. It's too bulky for me. The cushion is nice, but again, it's very stiff in the forefoot. And even at that, it's very wide, you know, like it's just the lateral kind of stability. Okay, you might have good stability with the outrigger and things, which is fine, but this bit that comes out, even like the Donovan Mitchell shoes, the early ones, very flat, reminded me a lot of the Marquee Boosts, very flat soled. Even when you bent the foot, it just went straight back to being flat again. You've also got this it's kind of like a shank that they've brought up the side. It works well, you know, like it kind of does give a kind of some sort of stability around the ankle area. But the big thing is for me is the laces. They just dig into your foot when you pull them tight. There's like no protection there from them whatsoever. So yeah, that's the Trae Young 2. In my honest opinion, just waiting it coming down on sale. It's not a shoe that I would rush out and get. I have seen one or two nice colourways of them, but judging by the way this one feels, I'd give it a miss. Anyway, Trae Young 2, hope you enjoyed the video. Bit of a letdown if I'm honest. Visually, looks quite nice, but yeah, I would hold off to the sales. If you've not liked the video, I don't understand why you don't like it, because the shoe's not that great. But feel free to subscribe, there'll be more videos coming soon, and until then,